Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. Very choppy price action. Explained that in yesterday's video and no sign of recovering. It's literally on very thin ice right now on this time frame. You can see the movement of the 10th of June low. So again, it still has a chance to run, but then it needs to run from here. Highlighted to you yesterday that we've got this 30.5 cent level. You can see that dashed or dotted line here. This is an important level because we found resistance there throughout and now potential support, but there's no sign of a strong reaction to that level. So from that point of view, if we don't see a reaction here, more selling pressure is going to come in because we break through this, through support basically, right? It's very thin ice, as I said, because it's just dancing on that level since yesterday, but it's not doing much. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can see it's just falling, it's just dropping. Very tiny reaction, but absolutely not enough to indicate it's turning around. And to any small rally that Bitcoin is doing, also yesterday, no reaction at all. So from that point of view, I am not too confident that it is going to go up from here in a fifth wave. So it's just purely, watching for a potential reversal. I think what we can do, we can add a trend line here and just say, okay, if we break above the trend line, that is the signal. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet, but if it happens and you see it on your chart, that might be a bit of a signal that it's going up, but I just don't have a reliable setup unless anyone wants to trade long this pullback to the horizontal support area. That's, of course, a potential trade setup. It's just that from a FIB point of view, to be a wave 4, it has come back too much to be reliable. So there are other possibilities, but that's the problem with when you try to count waves in a very choppy environment. It will change a lot and it gives you a lot of possibilities. I've got tons of ideas what this could be, but that's the problem with this choppy price action. It's not impulsive, it's not clear. Therefore, I focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum mainly, because we don't have very clear altcoin setups. In my opinion, 30.5 cents is clear support. I don't know if if I could really say we have a lot of buying pressure above that level. Probably not, but it's sort of, I would say, a neutral space between this range, below 30.5 cents and anything above, which is 38 cents. So we had also here an important 38 cent level, where price broke above it, so tested it back in March 23, broke above it, did quite a bit of a rally, tried to retest, also came down very deep. Okay, rallied again, tried to rally again, and then failed. And then this was confirmed from below several times. That's why I say many times, this is this 38.5 cent level that eventually needs to be broken. And I think above that level is potentially bullish. Below that level is rather bearish. And here is sort of fairly neutral. You have a lot of, it's basically like a range, okay? Just be aware of that. So it needs to get above that 38.5 cent level and sustain there for a clearer bullish outlook. Until then, due to this choppiness, there is just not really any clear, action. Okay, so I told you down here that the chart is at the moment not really behaving. It's quite weak. Then obviously we had the XRP pump. Now a lot of people like, I missed all of that. Well, there you go. There's your retracement, so you can jump on again if you like to, but most people won't do it. That's the reality of it. Also, it's not clearly bullish until we have 5 waves. I just don't have a clear 5-wave move. Now we can also add this trend line here. So I would say if we break through 30.5 cents, which is not good, if that happens, then price is likely to come down to that ascending trend line here. And then we'll see how price is going to react to that level. But it would be a 3-wave top still. It's not clearly defined as an impulse. So what else could it be? So I highlighted the relevant support levels. Okay, so 30.5 cents needs to hold for at least the chance to go higher in this wave count. Below that level, we've got the trend line, the ascending trend line. So pay attention to that. I think if it breaks below that, then it's fairly clearly bearish. Until then, it could follow this count, but what it needs to do eventually is break above 38.5 cents. Showed you yesterday another idea I had on the larger time frame. So this is speculation at this stage, but certainly something that I pay attention to now because of the choppiness of the price action. So we can say, okay, as planned or as previously discussed, the third wave bottomed in December 22. Then we had 3 waves up. That could be only the A wave of a larger triangle. 3 waves down, the B wave. 3 waves up. That could even turn into a larger 3-wave pattern as a C wave. Then we could get a D wave down and an E wave up, which would be an explanation, then one more low. That's also an explanation why, that would be an explanation why this is so choppy, because individual waves within a triangle are extremely hard to forecast. And if not impossible, because the market hasn't made up its mind yet, it's fairly neutral, okay? So just be aware of that. This could turn into a larger triangle without any significant up or down movement, unless just sort of, volatility days, but no real direction. So I'll pay attention to that. That might be the case for many altcoins, to be honest. So I'm going to pay a little bit of attention to that. Always worth zooming out a little bit and focus on the forest instead of just the individual trees, right? So and sort of not losing sight of such possibilities. But yeah, that would be an explanation why, for example, Bitcoin could maybe climb higher in the next few weeks and months, and the altcoins could just sort of be moving sideways. That's it's not a great altcoin market at the moment, but that's no surprise. We talked about it many times that Bitcoin Ethereum is leading the way, also with our Bitcoin dominance chart. So the altcoins the hype is just not there yet. And you can see that the XRP news, again, as I always say, the news, they often don't really change the market. So let's see how that will develop. XRP is still stronger than ADA at the moment, short term. So we're going to observe all that. Okay, that's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.